So there's 3 copies of Goblin Biker Doug. He searches the spell traps. He's great. 2 copies of Mean.
What we might do.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Put him on top.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just keep it nice and tidy. This is Caleb's first crack at this, so let's and we might just
Be nice.
nice and centered. There we go. That's good. That's good. That's good. Cool. Keep going.
Yeah, obviously. 2 copies of Gone Wild, new support, goes crazy.
Cool.
1 copy of Clatter. In retrospect, I would play 2 copies. Just it came up enough that I feel like the second copy is necessary. 1 copy of Boom, just so you have the quick effect detaching your opponent's turn. Next is spells. I've got 3 copies of Grand Entrance. Most people play 2. I prefer 3, just to have easier access. 3 copies of Breakout. Honestly, one of the best pieces of support we got.
Yep.
A quick play spell that tributes your monster and then summons a Goblin Biker from the deck. So you can dodge imperms now, you can dodge Veilers, any targeted negation or destruction you can dodge.
Yep.
Quite a few times I had my Gabonga, my Xyz monster negated, and I would chain, tribute him, get his search effect off, and get a summon, which let me keep playing on my turns.
Nice.
Next is the continuous spell, Grand Bash. My personal favorite. Gives you an extra normal of goblins, and you can combine their levels to make silly Xyz monsters.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, which that wraps up the goblin portion of the main deck, leading into the extenders.
Cool.
Had to give him a bit of extra love.
Yeah.
Next is the 3 copies of Terratop.
Cool.
And of course, the
Takatomborg, yep.
Takatomborg, who's always dead in the hand.
Yep.
Again, it's the best starter in the whole deck. Doesn't require normal and just gets all the plays.
Cool.
Followed up by 3 copies of Tour Guide. Can be bricky sometimes with the fact that you can grab Mean Merciless off of its effect. Means that it's pretty much always live, sets it up in the grave. Next is 3 copies of Emergency Teleport, which you can use for your Nyan, obvious.
Virtual World, nice. Yeah, cool.
Extension in the grave.
Yeah.
And you have the level 3 extenders in the Psychic Wheel Leader and the Psychic Tracker.
Yep.
Then Rhoda, which searches not only your Doug, who's one of your main starters, but also searches your Boom and Kagamucha, who can really help in those gummed up hands when you just have a normal summon and that's it.
Yep.
The other benefit about the deck is even our hand traps are starters in some way. So we've got 3 Ash Blossom, and as you obviously know, they're level 3, so you can extend off of your Ash Blossom in a worst case scenario.
It's insane.
3 Ghost Ogre.
Yep.
Again, it's an emergency teleport target, and it's a level 3, so it doesn't really feel bad to play multiple copies of it.
Yep.
3 Triple Tactics talent. I'll say that during the duels, it was really stuck to my hands, but it just feels so good when you do eventually get ashed or when you get Ferolian. It feels so good to just get those extra cards and interrupt your opponent a little bit.
No, that's good.
Next is the Imperms.
It is Imperm. It's a good card.
It's Imperm.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Followed by Call By.
Yep.
Armored Xyz and Virtue Stream, which
cool.
you'll see more in the extra for what they do, but
Nice.
great cards all around.
Groovy.
Okay, next for the extra, we've got 2 copies of Goblin Biker Big Gabonga, mainstay of the deck, and I've got to thank Thomas for my Gabonga. At the sneak peek, he gave one to me, lifesaver.
This is all my fault.
all his fault. I've taken too many of his Purrely's materials with Goblin Bikers.
Yeah, I'm not playing Pearl anymore for that exact reason.
Next is Ashura King. 3 materials, and he's a negate, and he can attack up to the number of materials attached to him.
Yeah.
It's kind of a Tenpai card. He beats who your opponent wants to negate. He's not bad. He's also a pretty good Zeus machine.
Yeah.
Next is Gossip Shadow. Monster negate. It's changing the effect just feels very good, and you can make him off of the Xyz armor on your opponent's turn.
That's cool.
A newer addition to the deck is Levy Virtue Dragon.
Oh, yes.
So it adds the trap card, which is kind of an Icarus attack.
Yeah.
And it also changes its materials, so it can transfer materials from one Xyz monster to another.
Yeah.
So in situations where they're being gummed up on one, you can change them over,
Yeah, cool.
especially on the Xyz armor cards. With those being Xyz armor Torpedo,
Yep.
the rank 3, he draws you a card. Fortress, who can be put on top of Gabonga or the rank 3,
Nice.
grabs you the trap. As well as the full armored Crystal Zero Lancer.
Yep.
So besides it just being another material that you can detach, you can put on top of the fortress, it's also a negate because it just negates your opponent's board.
Oh, yep.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah, cool.
And then you get the Dark Knight Lancer.
Yep.
So obviously he's the end board for the Xyz armor players, where you can make him, once the trap activates, and then the trap engraved, you banish it to
That's all good.
So got some dice going on, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So we banish it to attach an Xyz monster from field or grave to it, and then you get to eat another card.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Followed by Zeus, obviously.
Yep.
Best
Zeus is
Xyz
Zeus.
card.
Yep.
Followed by my little flavorful tech. These are my favorite cards in the deck.
Okay.
Not necessary, but my favorite, and they came up quite a lot tonight, actually.
Cool.
Jormungandr and Leviathan.
Oh, yes.
So you can only make them off of the continuous Goblin spell and targeting a Gornwild and any other 3. And so by targeting them, they both become level 9s.
Yep.
You overlay them into Leviathan, who tributes itself as a quick effect, and non-targeting attaches cards on field or grave to a Jormungandr,
Yeah.
who's also an additional draw.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's great to deal with some cards that can't be targeted, which is an unfortunate part of Gabonga, is
Yeah.
that you can only attach face-up monsters rather than anything else.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Followed by that is a copy of Cherubini.
Yep.
Obviously with level 3s, it helps to be able to dump a mean or a copy of Sploder, so that way you're able to keep them live. Even a copy of Nyan Nyan,
Yeah.
you can dump it, so that way when you summon you can get an additional body on board.
No, that's cool. That's really cool.
And the fact that the link points protect your monsters as well from destruction, so because we don't have any spell trap negates, Raigekis can be very, very harmful.
Yes.
So I've lost a couple of Tenpai games to Raigeki, but thankfully none
No,
today.
avoid that.
Yeah. And finally, the auto includes SP Little Knight and IP Masquerader.
Yeah, cool.
They come up too often, they're just so generic and important.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, my guy. Do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, absolutely. The Goblin Biker Discord, they do a lot of the cooking with me. Love those guys. And I'd also like to shout out Lovely Thomas. He's great, icon of the community.
Thank you so much, man. Cheers. Peace.